at home with grandfather. Heidi was enjoying herself in her surroundings. She looked about her and discovering the goat shed peppered in. Nothing could be seen inside. She continued her search and saw the three old fir trees behind the hut. Here the wind was roaring throughout the branches and the treetops were swinging to and fro. Heidi, Heidi stood still to listen. After the wind has stopped continuing somewhat, she walked around the hut back to where her grandfather was sitting, seeing that he was in exactly the same position as when she left him. She stood in the front of the old man and folded her hands behind her back. Her grandfather looked up and saw the child standing motionless before him. What do you want to do now? He asked her. I want to see what's inside the hut, replied Heidi. Come then, and with the grandfather got up and entered the cottage. Take your things along, he commanded. I do not want them anymore, answered Heidi. The old man turned about and looked, searching at the child, whose black eyes were sparkling in expectation of all the things to come. She is not lacking in intelligence, he muttered to himself aloud. He added, why do not you need them anymore? I want to go about like the light folded goats. All right, you can, but fit the things and we will put them in the cupboard. The child obeyed the command. The old man now opened the door and Heidi followed him into a fairly spacious room which covered with the whole of the hut. In one corner stood a table and a chair, and in another the grandfather's bed. Across the room a large kettle was suspended over the hearth, and opposite to it a large door was stuck into the wall. This the grandfather opened. It was the cupboard in which all his clothes were kept. In one shelf a few of shirts, socks and towels, and another a few of plates, cups, glasses, and off top of the shelf Heidi could see a round loaf of bread, meat, and cheese. In this cupboard the grandfather kept everything that he needed. When he opened it, Heidi pushed things as far behind the grandfather's clothes as she could reach. She did not want them found again in a hurry. After looking around attentively in the room, she asked, Where am I going to sleep, grandfather? Wherever you want to, he replied. Heidi was delighted. She peeped into all the corners of the room and looked at every little nook to find a cozy place to sleep. Beside the old man's bed, she saw a ladder climbing up, and she arrived at a hayloft which was filled with fresh and fragrant hay. Through a tiny round window, she could look far down into the valley. I want to sleep up here, Heidi called down. Oh, it is lovely here. Please come up, grandfather, and see it for yourself. I know it, he said. I am making the bed now. The little girl called out again while she ran busily to and fro. Oh, Do come up and bring a sheet, grandfather, for every bed must have a sheet. Is that so? Said the old man. After a while, he opened the cupboard and rummaged around it. At last, he pulled out a long, coarse cloth under the shirt. It somewhere resembled a sheet, and with his he climbed up to the loft. Here, a neat little bed was already prepared on the top. The was heaped up in high so that Heidi's head could lie exactly opposite the window. The grandfather looked happily with the arrangement to prevent the hard floor from being felt. He made the couch twice thick. Then he and Heidi together put the heavy sheet on, tucking the ends in well. Heidi looked thoughtfully at a fresh new bed and said, "Grandfather, we have forgotten something." "What?" he asked. "I have no cover. When I go to bed, I always creep in between the sheet and the cover." "What shall I do if I have not any?" asked the grandfather. "Never mind, I will just take some more hay to cover me," Heidi reassured him, and was just going to heap of hay when the old man stopped her. "Just 1 minute," he said, and went down to his own bed. From it he took a large, heavily lined bag and brought it to the child. "Is not this better than hay?" he asked. The grandfather put the thick cover on the bed while Heidi watching him. After it all done, she said, "What a nice bed I have now, and what a splendid cover. I only wish the evening was here, that I might go to sleep in it. I think we might eat something first," asked the grandfather. "Don't you think so?" Heidi was forgotten everything else in her interest for the bed. But when she was reminded of her dinner, she noticed how terrible hungry she really was. She had she had only a piece of bread and a cup of thin coffee very early in the morning before her long journey. Heidi said approvingly, "I think we might, grandfather. Let's go down then if we agree," said the old man, and followed close behind her. He went up to the fireplace and put out a kettle to boil. Then, sitting down on a three-legged stool, he kindled a bright fire. When the kettle was boiling, the old man put a large piece of cheese on a long iron fork and held it in the over of fire, turning it to and fro till it was golden brown on all the sides. Heidi was watching him eagerly. Suddenly, she ran to the cupboard when grandfather brought a pot and the toasted cheese to the table. He found it already nicely set with 2 plates and 2 knives and the bread in the middle. Heidi had seen the things in the cupboard and knew that they would be needed for the meal. "I am glad to see that you can think for yourself," said the grandfather, while she put the cheese on top of the bread. "But something is missing yet." Heidi saw the